I don't do these videos often, but after taking some time to think, I wanted to go and do a video like this. Not just to showcase something new, which is this entire scene, but also to provide advice, which is something that I actively do unsolicited online, as most people do. But you get this in video format. So enjoy it while you can. When it comes towards how I post, how I make videos, how I do all of my content, I try to not do it the same way others do. And believe me, I'm not the first person to say that, nor will I ever be the last. There's going to be other people that will say the same thing. Because we don't see what we're doing often. I don't see people doing these types of videos often, and you'll find out what this type of video is. Because this is unscripted. So expect me to bumble and fuck up. Because I will. With how I post, because this is the crux of it. I'm a very low engagement social media quote unquote engineer. Yes, I navigate social media as best as I can, just like everybody else. I'm not great at it. I could make an amazing post, one that gets a lot of engagement, and I will do nothing with it. I will acknowledge the replies, the quotes, with me just liking it. I don't have the spoons to just reply to every message or comment. It's a lot. And if I took this seriously, I would still not do that. Because that's not me. That will never be me. And I refuse to let that be me. And the reason why is because I do what I can with what I'm comfortable with. And that's me stumbling into my own answer, as with what everybody should do, is stumble into their own answers, into how they should pursue content. This is how I pursue content. Is it the right way? No. But it's right for me. And people lose sight of that. Because everyone wants there to be a definitive answer. Scientific method has it to where you have trial and error until everybody has their definitive answer. Gravity pull thing down. That is definitive. But that's science. This is social engineering. It's drastically different. A constantly molded landscape. I will make a post. I will see people reply. I will see people quote, repost. I will see people make posts similar to it. And I will just like it and move on. Usually whenever somebody likes my stuff, whenever they comment, I will like it and move on. Because they saw my post, and I greatly appreciate them seeing it. And I do what is right for me by just liking their reply, their quote, and moving on. If I can't add entertainment towards the engagement that they've given me, and it's not entertainment for everybody else, it's actually for me. I'm my target audience. I post because I think that the thing that I said is entertaining enough for me, or it's something that was in my head I want out. That's it. That's all. But when somebody scrolls on by and they see a tweet or a post or an image or whatever from me, and it makes them have their little half smirk, or they make this little puff of air out of their mouth, and they tap a button, and they start typing away, that's great. And I really appreciate it. And I love it. And I do a fuck all way of showing that appreciation by tapping the little heart and moving on. And I see people return to my posts. People that tap the button and move on because their doom scroll is never ending and they will make it to another post and do the same thing and rinse and repeat because we are creatures of habit. We will make our little puff of air with our mouth. We will smirk or we will sneer. We will hit the little button and we will move on. More than likely forgetting about that post. The person that you interacted with will probably remember your profile picture for a day, and then they will move on to. It's a weird nihilistic way of looking at it, but I mean, it's there. And ultimately, that will be the case. So what is the gist of me even doing this? Me stating that I navigate social media in a very lackluster way. Well, here's why. Here's what it is. Here's the crux of me making this little video that's too stylized for me to state my opinion. I could have just typed my 300 words and moved on. You need to stumble and fail. You have to. Oftentimes, people are providing their advice. There are people that have made it as content creators with their social media management and engineering. And with that, they want to provide their wisdom. But there's a few people out here that are actual teachers or have some kind of supervisory or mentor-like experience. Not everyone has that. And not everyone's experiences are going to be the same or work for everybody else. But we say what we can to hit as many targets as possible. This video in particular is one such case. So I'm not exempt here. And this may help you. And if you've gotten this far, you're wondering how it will. Or you're wondering why the monotone skeleton keeps talking. And you want to see whether or not my inflection will change. I don't know if it will. Like I said, not scripted. So, here goes. Everywhere that I've gone through, the people that I've learned from, the people that I've emulated some of my own posting style from, it's worked so far. There are some things that I can do without. I don't like posting every day, but I figured out a way to get me to do it. I start my day with a good day, good morning, good afternoon, or good night pastaways. That's what I do. It's my little, this is what I'm doing for the day or what I have done for the day message. That's good. That's my first thing of engagement. That's at least me doing something once on social media. I post a little GIF or a little image with it, if I can. If I'm at work, I can't. So I try to just put a GIF. But if I'm at home or on my phone, I try to go and put just one of my random stills and be done with it. Know what I suggest? Make little videos. Just make little videos and just have that looping underneath. No audio, just done. Simple. Post probably twice a day. I don't really care to do that either. I try to just post once, and then after that, I like posts in my doom scrolls and move on. Because I'm not good at this. Hashtags, I don't use them. I get a decent amount of engagement that I do fuck all with. But I do get that engagement. I see people that are regulars, people that I enjoy, people that I like to see their own stuff pop up. It works for me. And that's what makes me satisfied. But I think the big question I have here is, why are you on social media? Why do you use it? And this isn't me asking you. You should be asking you. Why did you start using social media? And you're going to give your generic answer. I want to grow my audience. I want to get noticed. I want to try to get famous. I want so and so person to follow me. I want so and so person to be my friend, which is very parasocial, but you want one particular thing, but there's follow-up questions. Like, why do you want it? What are you going to do when you get it? How far down the line until you give up? Will you give up? For people who are content creators, this is a little bit different. You want to grow your audience? What is your audience? Why should they engage with you? What makes you different than everybody else who says the same thing you do? What could you do differently? What do you feel worked? And what do you feel didn't work? This isn't me being harsh or rude. This is me asking the questions that are both hard-hitting and needed. I haven't even asked myself some of these questions. This is actually me firsthand asking myself these questions. And don't think that I'm some kind of really insightful person who knows the ins and outs of social media. No, I've stumbled into this. I've stumbled into these answers that may or may not be correct. They may change over time. Who knows? That's the problem. It is constantly changing. If you're not willing to look at your content, if you're not willing to adapt and learn as the landscape changes, then you, if we were to treat this like an ecosystem, will ultimately become the prey animal that at that point you're destined to be, and you will go extinct. You will become an endangered species and become extinct. I'm not saying that you should become a predator. And no, I'm not saying that kind of predator. You know what I'm talking about, but your mind went there. So no, don't do that. That's a 1 million subscriber Minecraft YouTuber goal. Don't do that either. What I'm saying is, long and short of it, you need to find what works for you, ask yourself hard-hitting questions, and realize why you make the content that you do. That's what you should be doing. And if you're not doing that, then you're dooming yourself because you don't want to learn. You will say that you want to learn, but the effort is hard, so you look at the advice of other people, which is easy because you just have to read what worked for somebody else and hope that their advice helps you, which is also why you made it this far in my video. You wanted to see if this will work for you. Will it? I don't know. Let me know. I'll even say the cop-out line. Be sure to give this video a like, maybe a repost. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment below if it helped you. And if it didn't help you, don't say a fucking thing. Or do. I don't care. I don't own you. You don't adhere to me. Make the content that you want to make is probably one of the most cheesy and, quite honestly, cop-out lines, like most used cop-out lines that people in this space use. And it sucks to hear, but it is true. Make the content that you want to make. If you can't make yourself laugh, if you can't be your own target audience, and if you feel as if you're forcing yourself to laugh, you're doing the wrong thing, and you're going to continue doing the wrong thing. Be your target audience. Be the content that you've been wanting to see online. And if not, level into your niche. Show people what you are interested in. And find ways to make that entertaining. It's a lot of learning, adapting, and overcoming. That's all that this is. It's honestly not hard when you break things down into like maybe a bulleted list. And honestly, I would suggest that is just make a list. Make a list of things that you could add and break down that list. And if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. I know it worked for me. I wrote a book in like a year and 3 months because I just broke it down into a list. I separated chapters out that way. And it helped. I dedicated 2 hours a day to it. If you can dedicate any modicum amount of time per day to content creation, I can guarantee you, even just 30 minutes to an hour, you will be able to see traction. And then now you just have to manage your time, which is the other part of it, time management. And just be warned, I'm a rambler. I'll always be a rambler. I will continue to ramble. I've rambled this far, and you've listened to me. You foolish, foolish keyboard warrior. Or keyboard mage. Or keyboard ranger. Or keyboard paladin. Whatever class you want to be with your keyboard. So yeah. Do I have anything else? Not really. But I did say this. I wanted to change how I engage with social media differently. So here are the ways that I'm doing it. I will be making little videos that will just be little videos. Just the model moving around. I will be making, at minimum, 1 post a day. I will probably be posting more clips from my TikTok and YouTube. I will probably post a random idea that I have now and then. And more than likely, I'm going to just post one life update that I thought was funny. That's it. And honestly, that's what a lot of other content creators do. People that navigate social media, they'll do that. Post whatever event you're doing or going to. So then the keywords get caught by the algorithm. Post little videos and GIFs that are going to be eye-catching that made you smile for that brief second. Do whatever entertains you. Your target audience is you, and you will have little duplicates of you following you, engaging with you. And I'm probably going to be one of them. I'm going to see your post, I'm going to like it, and I'm going to continue my doom scroll, my little sojourn through the internet. Because that's what we all do. We scroll, we tap the like button, and we move on. You'll get that little smirk from me, or that puff of air that is either of disappointment or satisfaction, and I will move on. And as will you. So I hope you have a good night. Happy posting.